A very good morning to you on this beautiful Friday morning. The sun is shining, the weather is warm. I definitely will be doing some beading in the garden later on this afternoon, and some other bits and pieces as well I've been working on. I'll tell you about it later. Right, I'm going to turn you down. I'm going to show you these lovely samples we're going to be doing today. We are doing right angle weave and modified right angle weave. One kit will make a whole set, so you're going to be making a necklace, a bracelet and the earring. But let me just turn you down. There we go. So this, I got 3 colors for you today. So I thought usually we do so many different colors, but today I'm only going to go with 3 colors. So I got a beautiful purple, I also have this beautiful blue, and a sort of tealy turquoisey aqua color here. It's a mixture of actually aqua and turquoise, because until the crystals themselves are teal, the pearls are aqua, and the crystals are turquoise. So we got all 3 colors in there. And it's really nicely blends together. I love mixing those colors, because when you mix those colors, like, you can wear it with like multiple different things in there. The blue and the purple is as well. I just love it. So I'm going to show you how to make the necklace. The instructions for the bracelets will be in the PDF instructions, because I really want to sort of get through today. So we're going to start with the necklace, and then we'll see if we will have time for the earrings as well. But everything is in the PDF instructions, so if you miss it today, you can catch up with it on the PDF. Right, okay, so I'm very quickly going to pop you over to the website and show you where it is. It's always the way when you want to do something, there's so many different windows pops up. I just sort of organized everything there, and then I got like 5 windows popped up at the same time. Right, okay, so I'm going to pop you over to the website very quickly. There we go. So by now you know the drill, totallybeads.co.uk, and what you're going to be doing, you're going to click on jewelry making and go into video tutorials. Right, it's not doing it again. For some reason I have updated the software, but it's not moving along when I share. So I'm going to come back down here and then go back and then show you. So it's in the jewelry making section, and it's called Paula jewelry set. So if you click on that, and I'm just going to click on that, I'm going to have to come back, so reshare the screen, so it will get you to the right page. And there it is. We got 3 different colors. So 11.69 to make a necklace, bracelet and earrings, which will be going up to 12.99 later on, so do grab it while you can. Right, I'm gonna come back down now and I'm gonna we got a blue, purple and a turquoise set, and I'm gonna start making, I think, which color shall I like today to make? I think I'm gonna do the turquoise set to make. So I'm just going to pop these out of the way and get my beads out. Pretty much need all the beads for this to start with. So in your kit, I'm just going to cut the strands down. So I have got 4mm pearls here. I also have, let's take some of that strand. I have got 6mm pearls. The 4 and the 6mm are different colors, so they really nicely stand out from each other. And I also have these beautiful 6x8 crystals, and then these little 2x3 crystals. There we go. Right, so I'm going to quickly thread a needle, and we're going to get started. I'm going to treat myself to a new needle today that will sort of blend in with my beads, and I'm going to zoom in so you can really see it. So with modify, I'm going to come and say hello quickly actually before I start. Good morning Rachel, Camille, Jen, say good morning. Kitty from a sunny Sudbury. It's really nice and sunny here as well. A sunny Barrow as well, Rachel is saying. Hoping this weather holds out for the weekend. It would be really nice. Morning, Maxine. Jean, good morning from Chicago again. Bless you. Must be like 5 o'clock in the morning there, maybe even earlier. Elaine, good morning. Joanne, Carol, Kim. Kim saying, oh my goodness, I love you so much. Morning from Tennessee, USA. Oh, good morning to you as well. Must be very early there as well where you are. Right, so I'm just going to thread the needle. This is the hardest part of a project, you know, threading a needle. And then everything is very, very easy afterwards. So what we're going to do with this one, we need the bobbin on. So don't remove your bobbin because we need more thread, because it's done in 2 layers. So we're going to do the top part of it. So let me just grab this one out. We're going to do the top part of it, and then with the bobbin we're going to take more thread off and then come and do add the crystals like little dangles at the bottom. So we will need more thread or leave a very long tail. That works too as well. So I am going to start with picking up 1 small pearl, 1 seed bead, another small pearl, another seed bead, then 1 large pearl, 1 seed bead, 1 small pearl, and 1 seed bead. And I'm going to take these down. So this is my starting point. Now I'm going to go through all of them from my tail end to form a nice and neat circle at the beginning, sort of a base circle, and then go through this very first pearl another time as well. So let's go through all of them. I just added some cream to my hand and they're so slippery. Good morning, Annie. Judith, good morning. So I'm just going to go through all of these. So because this makes a bracelet necklace and the earrings as well, what I would do when you get the kit to separate your materials out, pop a few beads on the side for the earrings. And actually I would do the bracelet first and then the necklace, because with the necklace you can make it bigger but you don't really need the front part very long. I've done 16 sets there. Right, okay, so from here we're going to go into modified right angle weave. So modified right angle weave means that we kind of sort of going to jump into the next loop and make things a little bit easier, so it's a much quicker process. So I'm going to pick up 2 small crystals. I'm going to pick up 1 pearl, 1 small pearl. I'm going to pick up a seed bead, another small pearl, another seed bead, a large pearl, and a seed bead. And I'm just going to take this down so you can see it. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, so this isn't the top of my necklace here, and I'm gonna this beads, I just picked them up, this is going to be the next loop. So I'm going to go towards the top from the bottom. I'm going to go through this pearl here, the side pearl, the side smaller pearl. Good morning, Heather. And then if I pull this up nice and tight, I got my next unit. However, I'm still missing a seed bead here, so I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead, and then I'm going to go along this top pearl here. So much quicker we can have so many little units next to each other. So, and from now on, this is what I'm going to be repeating all the way along. So 2 crystals, 1 small pearl, 1 seed bead, another small pearl, another seed bead, large pearl, seed bead, and once again I'm going to be coming through on the side pearl from the bottom up, and then I'm going to be picking up, I'm just going to put my wrap this end around my finger here so it doesn't move, and then I can hold on to it nicely. And I'm going to pick up another seed bead and then come through that top pearl, and I'm going to repeat this over and over again. I'm going to go ahead until I have got 16 or 18 units of these, because I want the dangly bits uneven, so you have got like a middle piece there. I like to work when I'm working with anything like just sort of a front piece for jewelry, I always like to have uneven numbers there. So you have got one in the middle, although this is more sort of a fan shape, so it doesn't really, more sort of a circle shape, it doesn't really matter if you got a middle, but I always do. I think it's one of those things where you get into the habit and you keep doing it. And I'm gonna go up that pearl, then pick up a seed bead, then come along. Two crystals, one pearl, seed bead, another pearl, seed bead, larger pearl. Keep rolling around in front of me, but I will pick you up, and another seed. Then I'm going up on the side again, and just putting this nice and tight, but we will go through the top row again to tighten it, and just coming through that pearl. Any questions so far? Do pop it in the chat if you got any questions, but we're gonna go along and make a few more units of this. Good morning, Esther. Right, so two crystals. Now with any pattern like this, if you're designing anything like this or doing anything similar, it's always the size of the beads what matters. And that's how you either get a curved shape or a flat shape. And even like a 0.5 millimeter or a millimeter in the pearls or the crystals could throw the pattern off. There we go, and I'm just going to keep on going, adding the same pattern. And this is what I love about modified right angle weave. It grows so quickly. So always picking up the same beads as I go along, pattern repeat all the way down. Missing a seed bead. There we go. I almost missed a seed bead, but I picked it up before I went through. And then coming along, making sure it's nice and tight, and then moving further along. Oh, Jenny's saying my ordering is in. It's a beautiful little set to make, and I really do love stitched jewellery. And when you make a set, you can wear it separately or you can wear it together as well. So you can just wear the necklace or the earring, or the necklace and the earring together, or just the bracelet on its own. It's really nice to combine things. There we go. So I'm just going to keep going. So I'm picking up two crystals, two small crystals, one pearl, one seed, one pearl, one seed, a large pearl, a seed, then going up through this pearl on the side, pulling it nice and tight. I'm going to let the end go now because I got plenty to hold on to now, and a single seed bead, and just going through that top pearl to be furthest away from my tail, just popping it down. And you can see it's already curling, so it's already making that lovely shape of a front of necklace. So two crystals, you're gonna know it by heart by the end. One small pearl, seed bead, small pearl, seed bead, large pearl, and the crystal and the seed bead. and then we're gonna come up through that, and I'm gonna pull this nice and tight, and single seed bead, and then going through that top pearl there. Now imagine we went all the way down and we got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. We got 10, but imagine we got like 16 18 of these. I just sort of conscious of the time, 16 18 of these in a row, and then I'm gonna come back to my bobbin. I'm gonna take more thread off here, there we go. I'm gonna add another needle onto this, and I'm gonna start doing the little again, longest part is to thread the needle. I'm going to start adding the crystals at the bottom. So what I want to do, I want to weave my thread around this tail and come to the seed, pearl, seed, and come through this pearl, because I'm going to be adding them in between. There we go. Then I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads. I'm going to pick up a large crystal. I'm going to pick up a small crystal and a seed bead. And I'm going to take this down to the bottom. And I'm going to come back through the small crystal and the large crystal, but only those two. Make sure it's nice and tight. I'm going to pick up a couple more seed beads and then go through the next pearl. And I'm going to do this all the way around the bottom. So 2 seed beads, large crystal, small crystal, and a seed bead. Taking this down, then I'm going to go back through the crystal, the small crystal and the large crystal. I'm going to pull this up nice and tight, then pick up another 2 seed beads and go along the next pearl. And I'm going to do this all the way down. Just make sure that didn't wrap through. Yep. And I would do this all the way along to create these little dangles. Of course you could do, like, you don't have to add the small crystal on there. I just like it as a little bit of an extra decoration. You get so many in the kit that it's enough really to add them in. And what's the nice thing, if you do add the small crystal at the bottom there, it balances the top with the bottom, so you got them at the top and then you will have them at the bottom as well. So just going through the crystals and then picking up 2 seed beads and going along. 2 seeds, large crystal, small crystal. So again, it's a pattern repeat from here all the way down. So again, 2 seeds, large crystal, small crystal, another seed, taking it down. Two seeds, large crystal, small crystal. And what I love about a pattern like this, that you could add more rows to it and you can build more and more onto it. Or add more decoration at the front. A pattern like this is always adaptable. Right, 2 seeds, large crystal, small crystal, and a seed. I'm just going to get down to the end, and I'm going to turn around and show you how to do the side, which is very easy. Just going to add a string of beads. only really a couple of stitches to this pattern. The rest of them is stringing. Morning, Elaine. She said, lovely to your stitch project today. Yes, I love my stitch project. We're doing daisy spiral in the bead club at the moment, and it looks so cute. I'll show you at the end. Sometimes stitch project like this one, it doesn't have to be long, because this one actually builds together quite quickly. So when you write down at the end, now imagine you have got more than this. So I said 16 or 18 for the top, so you're gonna have 15 or 17 at the bottom. So you're gonna do a wider, you can do a smaller one, you can do a if you like, sort of a smaller front, but you can keep on going with the kids, so they will be bigger, but just sort of the speediness of it for today. I'm only doing sort of a smaller front piece, but everything is in the PDF instruction. So the next step I'm going to do, so I got both, imagine this is longer, both of my ends are on this end, so I need to take one thread all the way back to here so I can do the side of the necklace. So all I'm going to do is just follow the thread path on this. I'm just going to come around and I'm going to run along the top row. Now, by running along that top row, it pulls those crystals and pearls together a little bit more. So we got a nice, I don't know if you can hear it, but there are roadworks right outside my house, and I can actually feel the ground shaking. I don't know what they're doing, what they're digging up. There must be something. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go and investigate it, what they're digging up. You never know in Colchester, because it's such a, it's an oldest recorded city in the UK, so it could be anything they found them digging up. But I suspect they're just doing roadworks. Right, so once I'm down all the way on this end, I want to come out of that very last top pearl, the same as I'm coming out of the top pearl here. So then I can start picking up a pattern to go all the way to the top of my to my toggle. Now this pattern could be anything. I kind of sort of made up going up and down on the sizes. It's nice to have more than one color, or more than all sorts of the different beads what we're using at the front, on the side as well, because what does that do is takes the pattern up to the top, so it's just sort of blends it in there. So I'm gonna go ahead, and actually I just realized I didn't grab my toggle clasp, so I'm just gonna grab a toggle clasp quickly. Of my steps. Now you can use any toggle clasp. For this one, I'm just gonna grab this. This is not necessarily what you get with the kids, but this is what I just had on hand here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick up any sort of pattern of beads here. So if I start with a small crystal, small pearl, larger crystal, pearl, smaller pearl. This is what I did for the previous ones, for the samples, and I have to say thank you for Linda and Alison helping me to make up the samples. So I'm just going to repeat this pattern all the way through. So it's got a nice continuity of the beads from the bottom all the way to the back of my neck, to the clasp. I'm just going to pick them up as quick as I can. Now this is a beauty of making your own jewelry, that you can do the size, exactly the size what you need. I don't like very short necklaces, so I always try to have mine just a little bit longer. So not right to the top of my neck, but this is why making your own jewelry is great, because you can make it to the exact size. What you need it for. And maybe one more section, I think. So I'm just following my pattern all the way up, just quickly picking up these beads. I'm just going to do one side, so they can go back afterwards and add to the other side. But that's all I'm doing, is taking the beads. And obviously the bigger front you do, the less beads you need on the side. And if you do a smaller front, then you might want to add more beads. Right, so just picking up the last couple. So I'm going to finish with the pearl. I don't want to finish with the crystal at the end. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to take my toggle clasp. I'm going to pick up a couple of seed beads, go to loop on the toggle clasp, pick up another couple of seed beads, and then I'm going to miss the toggle clasp, these two seed beads, and come back through all of these beads all the way down to the front of my necklace. Now if you have got extra thread, I do like to run up and down a couple of times just to really strengthen that necklace, but going up and down once should be enough. Make sure you have got a tight tension so there is no gaps here. If you got a nice long needle, that really helps here, because you can go through so many beads at the same time. There we go. Camille's saying there are loads of roadworks everywhere. I really don't know what they're doing here, but yes, they are. Now thinking about it, there is like quite a few places here as well where they got like major roadworks. And they are trying to they're doing bus lanes, bus and taxi lanes all around Colchester, which they're hoping it's going to help with the traffic. Right, I'm all the way down to the bottom. So ordinarily what I would do here is to keep going along at the top of the necklace, and I would stop at the middle. Let me just go through the next couple of beads. So I would stop at the middle and then do the same for the other side, and then I could knot my two threads together, two working threads together, and just take the ends off. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add more length to this one later on, but that's kind of sort of show you how to do the necklace. And I really want to show you how to do the earrings as well, because they're really cute. And with earrings like this, what I love about it, that you only need a few beads, and they are sort of little sparkly things you can make. And if you've got leftover beads as well, you can do earrings like that. So I'm just going to pop this to the side, and I'm going to show you how to do the earrings. And then I'm going to need thread and another needle. I'm just grabbing another needle. Good morning from Melissa from New York. Nice to see you here. So I'm going to thread this. Right, we don't need much thread for an earring. And what we're going to do, we're going to start by, this has got like 2 layers on there, same as the bracelet. So we're going to start by, I'm going to start by the large crystal, because the large crystal has got quite a big hole, so I can knot the threads together later on and hide the knot in that crystal. So I'm going to pick up 1 large crystal, 1 seed bead, 1 larger pearl, 1 seed bead, 1 small pearl, 1 seed bead, 1 larger pearl, and another seed bead. And I'm going to take this down. So I'm starting with 4 large beads and seed beads in between, at the beginning. So I'm going to go through all of these again just to have a nice strong base. I'm not knotting it just yet, so I will have a little bit of give and take in my thread until I'm stitching it, but I'm going to go all the way around. There we go. And then I want to come through the large crystal one more time. Now when we're working with anything like this, the bottom half of this loop is using bigger beads than the top half. So when we add the decoration on the top, we need to bear that in mind. Oh, I didn't want to come to the seed beads, did I? Oh no, I didn't. That's good. I'm just coming out of the crystal itself. So I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads. I'm going to pick up a small crystal. I'm going to pick up a small pearl, another small crystal, and just a single seed bead. Because the distance at the top is smaller than at the bottom. Now I'm going to take this diagonally across, and I'm going to come through that pearl just from there and pull this up nice and straight. So I got sort of a half of a cross here. I'm going to do in reverse what I have there. So I'm going to pick up a single seed bead and a crystal, and I'm going to cross over in this pearl in the middle, pull this down, then I need to pick up what I have at the bottom. So it's 1 crystal and 2 seed beads, and then come to the large crystal itself. And that will then centralize that little cross what we made. Now, but there's plenty of different ways how you can attach the top. I'm going to go up and I'm just going to make a little loop with my beads. If you wanted to add length to your earring, you could here. I think I'm going to keep it nice and little and sweet, that one. So I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead, 1 small crystal. I'm going to pick up 3 seed beads and another small crystal and another seed bead, and I'm going to come through that pearl at the top from the other side. I like to reinforce this, so I'm going to go through those beads again, because that's going to be the one on the air wire. And then I'm going to go through the pearl again. I'm going to weave my thread down now to the bottom where my tail end is. It's very quick as well to make something like this up. And then I'm going to knot this together. So just a simple left over right, right over left, and just pull this up. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my needle through the big crystal. So I'm pulling that knot into the crystal. If you feel that it's a little bit squidgy, it's not sort of quite, then you can still take your thread and just sort of go around. The more you go around it, the more it's going to stiffen up. So if you got loose tension, it's a great way at the end just to go around. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off, and then I'm going to add my needle to my tail end. It's very important to always kind of sort of take your tail end as well through a few beads, because you don't want it to come apart. So I'm just going to go to the large crystal again. If I wanted to, I could go through more beads and keep going around. I'm just going to stop there and then trim my thread off. And all is it left to do is to add it onto an air wire. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to grab an air wire. Where did I put you? Oh, I have a little bag here. Disappeared. Everything is disappearing this morning. Well, I'm just going to open and close this one then. So to add your air wire on, I'm just going to close this one back in. So your air wire loop has got like a little loop on the bottom which is openable. So I'm going to, with a pair of pliers, going to lift this loop up towards me. Then I'm going to pop my little made beaded bead, and then I'm just going to close back in. And that's it for the whole earring. That's all you need to do. And then you got a couple of little pairs of earrings with your necklace and your bracelet together. So I'm just gonna bring them back in. That's the one we were doing this morning. I love, love, love this color. Zooming out a bit, giving a bit more space. Just getting rid of those beads. Then we had the beautiful purple one. I really love that purple. Actually, they could be really nicely mixed together. And we got this beautiful blue as well. The blue would mix really nicely together with all of those as well. If you got any questions, pop in the chat so I can answer it for you. Other than that, that is me for today. And we only got 3 colorways today. But if you do like it and you would want more colors, do let us know. And we can always expand the range and add more colors. I can always pick more colors for you to put together. But that's it there really to it. The PDF instruction will show you how to do the bracelet as well. The beautiful little bracelet, but it's very similar to how we did the earring. Doing the little units and then adding the crosses on the top. There is the blue one as well. Kimberly's saying very pretty, thank you very much. Yeah, but as I said, you could wear it together or you could wear it separately. Really up to you, but I think it's just a beautiful little sort of summer jewelry to make. And talking about summer jewelry, this is what we're doing in the Bead Club at the moment, and I'm going to show you. We're doing a daisy spiral. This is the one in progress at the moment. I left it here on my desk. So this is the daisy spiral. What was such a beautiful little and usually I'm not very big fan of yellow beads, but I think they look really good. They just really sort of makes you smile. So I think I'm going to be finishing this off as a bracelet today. This is the one in progress. So yeah, so that's what we're doing in the Bead Club today. Other than that, everybody have a beautiful day and a beautiful weekend. Hopefully this good weather is holding out and then we can I want to do some beading in the garden today because I got a couple of projects I want to catch up on, and I've started doing some crocheting as well at the moment. I'm like sort of crocheting these bowls, so there's so much to do, but I'm just hoping. I really want some sunshine and just sort of to be able to sit out there. Right, everybody, have a beautiful weekend and I see you